Good morning, good day, and good night. My name's James. I am a mobile mechanic, self-employed, and I've been doing it more and more lately, and more people are getting interested in mobile mechanics. The industry's a tough place being a mechanic at the moment. It seems like you either have to have a tip-top of the range shop, or you need to be, offering your services so cheap you're barely making any money. And I like to think I sit somewhere in between. With mobile mechanics, I do a lot of the jobs that both mobile mechanics and garages don't want to do. I do a lot of timing chains, a lot of clutches, transmissions, cam belts, cylinder heads, engine replacements even. And they can all be done on the drive. It's not easy work, but it's something that's certainly feels like it's picking up a lot more traction in this country. More and more people are requesting my services. And I think that's due to a little bit of mistrust in the industry and rising prices as well. I mean, the garages, with their business rates unfortunately going up and up and up, it seems like they're fighting really hard to balance the sort of cost benefits of going to a garage. And again, there's always the two schools of thought. You either invest heavily and have the top of the range workshop that when a person walks into, they feel confident and they're impressed by the level of equipment and the staff there. You can't really half-ass that. You have to go all in and really have a top of the range workshop. Or on the flip side, you keep your operation a little bit smaller and try and save your customers money that way. Like I said, the mobile mechanics seem to slip somewhere in between. Some of the guys out there are just offering basic servicing on the drive, which is great. It's really convenient for people, but people really are starting to want more work done on the driveway. And like I said, that includes transmissions, cam belts, timing chains, and I've done it all at this point. I've been doing this now nearly 3 years, and it's been pretty successful. It's definitely paying all my bills. What I would really like to start doing perhaps is showing people some of the benefits. And I suppose if I'm going to start this channel, it's for the mobile mechanics, also for DIYers who are interested in what's going on. And I think we're going to start with some of the tools that I use. So I'm going to be uploading some videos showing the things that I use. There'll be reviews on some of those tools. I mean, just in my pockets right now, I have a set of tools, and maybe we'll do a video on those first, what I keep on my person. I mean, a prime example straight away on the belt is the multi-tool. This is a little Gerber snap-on tool, pretty straightforward. It's not the best one I've had, but I keep breaking my multi-tools. I've been through 2 different SOG multi-tools and 2 Leatherman multi-tools. This is my second Gerber multi-tool. I keep breaking them. I'm hard on my tools, which is why I think people might be interested to see what I use, because I am really hard on my tools. They're outside. I have to constantly keep them lubricated to stop them from going rusty. Sometimes they go rusty anyway because they get wet. I'm outside. It's one of those things. This is quite a handy little bit of kit though. It collapses down, the pliers fold in. The downside to that is it does make the whole thing, it's hollow steel. I can't use this like I could use a Leatherman. When you can hear it's kind of rattling around. The Leatherman was definitely a much hardier tool, and I've learned to just take it a bit easier on my multi-tools, to be honest. I broke so many, I've kind of given up using them how I'd like, and I now just use it mostly for pulling fuses and doing, the odd small hose clip. It does have some other tools on here. Honestly, this one's nothing special. Probably the tool I use, you'll see, is covered in metal dust, is the file. I'll use that to clean things up or polish them down. It does have things like a screwdriver and a scissors. I don't think I've ever used these scissors. You can see they're still brand new. They don't do much for me in what I do, but it's a pretty handy little tool overall. This is the snap-on version of it because the Snap-on man had it in stock. It's handy, it's useful. I keep it on my belt, but it is the Gerber multiplier. I don't know if you can read that there. Gerber multiplier. straightforward bit of kit. That's probably the first little bit of a preview of what I'd like to do. We're going to go through all the tools I keep in the back. I'll be honest, I am maybe a little bit of a tool snob. It is all Milwaukee and Snap-on, but I do have some other brands back there that really come in handy, and we'll run through some of those and I'll show you what I do. If you are interested, please follow along and we'll upload some more videos. Like I said, this is the first one. I'm not a YouTuber. We're going to see how things go. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer any of those in the comments. Anything else, feel free to message me or you know, start a discussion on the mobile mechanical industry. I'll probably put a link to my Click Mechanic account in my bio so you can see what I do with Click Mechanic. That's a separate story for another day. Click Mechanic's a whole system. We'll get into that later, but I'll post a link so you can see the sort of jobs I do with Click Mechanic. They're sort of a partner. They get job listings and I apply for them. But it shows you the sort of work I do. It's very rarely, you know, brakes and oil filters for me, which is good for me. That's the way I prefer to work. But so this video is dragging on a little longer than I originally liked, so I think we'll leave that there and we will have some separate discussions in different videos. Thank you.